Journey Through Africa presents Mauritius. Welcome to our second island nation of Africa. Mauritius is an island country in the Indian Ocean, about 2,000 kilometers, 100 nautical miles off the southeastern coast of East Africa. The country spans 2,040 square kilometers, 790 square miles, and has an exclusive economic zone covering 2,300,000 square kilometers, 670,000 square nautical miles. It includes the main island, also called Mauritius, as well as Rodriguez, Agalega, and St. Brandon. Stay tuned till the end to see the most mesmerizing and top places on the island. The island of Mauritius, along with nearby Réunion, a French overseas department, are part of the Mascarene Islands. The main island of Mauritius, where the population is concentrated, hosts the capital and largest city, Port Louis. Famous for its stunning beaches and diverse marine life, Mauritius offers an array of water activities such as snorkeling and diving. But beyond its natural wonders, Mauritius boasts a fascinating history. The island of Mauritius was first discovered by Arab sailors in the 9th century, though the exact date is unknown. At that time, the island was uninhabited and covered in a dense forest. The Arab sailors were not interested in settling on the island, which they named Dina Arobi or Dinarobin. Fernandes Pereira, a Portuguese sailor, saw the island in 1505 and decided to give it the name of Cerne. However, the Portuguese did not settle permanently on the island either. The first to colonize the island were the Dutch, who took possession of the island in 1598. Then the French settled on the island in 1712. In 1810, the British defeated the French in the Battle of Grand Port during the Napoleonic period and renamed the island Mauritius, and remained under British rule until it attained independence, although the British agreed to allow the locals to continue using the French language. In 1835, slavery was officially abolished, and as most of the African slaves chose to abandon the agricultural fields and move to small coastal villages, indentured laborers, coolies, were brought in from India to work in the growing sugarcane industry. To this day, ethnic Indians form the majority in Mauritius, and Mauritius is the only country outside South Asia to have a Hindu majority. Approximately 2/3 of the population is of Indo-Pakistani origin. About 1/4 of the population is Creole, of mixed French and African descent, and there are small numbers of people of Chinese and Franco-Mauritian descent. There are various religious affiliation. About half of the population is Hindu. About 1/3 is Christian, the majority of whom are Roman Catholic. And, with the exception of a small group of Buddhists, the majority of the remainder are Muslims. On 12 March 1968, Mauritius became an independent nation. In the northern zone, Grand Bay was the first area of the island to fully experience the tourist boom. A shopping and leisure paradise, Grand Bay is also where Mauritians go when they want a fun-filled night out with restaurants, bars, and discos. La Cuvette Beach is well worth a visit, as well as the wonderful Peribere Public Beach is popular because of its shopping facilities, restaurants, and pubs. The SSR Botanical Garden, Pamplemousses, is the oldest botanical garden in the southern hemisphere. It was founded by Pierre Poivre in 1770, contains some flora unique to Mauritius, and covers an area of around 37 hectares, 91,429 acres. It also has several animals, being especially famous for its fish, deer, and tortoises, as well as an old replica of a sugar mill. The eastern part of the island is known for its long sandbank beaches and famous hotels, such as the Coco Beach Hotel and the 5-star Le Tousrock. Centre de Flac is one of the most important towns in Mauritius. This meeting point for inhabitants of the east boasts the country's largest open-air market. This extremely colorful market attracts a large number of people. Île aux Cerfs is a paradise for water sports and has one of the most beautiful beaches in Mauritius. You cannot afford to miss this tiny island, delicately poised on the ocean, a real pearl in the Mauritian landscape, even though on the pricey side it has the best food, usually barbecue, especially seafood. Take a boat ride to the Grand River Southeast Waterfalls for a visit. The island also has a 5-star hotel, Le Tousrock, and a golf course. Traveling southeast, Mehébourg is one of the main fishing villages on the island. Built on the magnificent Grand Port Bay, it was founded in 1804 by the French governor Charles Decaen. The Monday markets are among the biggest and best on the island and are held right next to the main bus station. Île aux Aigrettes has become an international standard for the protection of natural resources and endangered species. A few of the world's rarest birds, including the kestrel, can be seen there. You can also see the extremely rare pink pigeon, the green gecko Phelsuma, and the Aldabra giant tortoise. Also nearby at Vieux Grand Port, the oldest settlement in Mauritius, you can see the ruins of the first Dutch fortifications. Blue Bay, bluest water, and most amazing white sand beaches you will ever see. Take the trip across the island from Port Louis on the glass-bottom boats. Part of Blue Bay has been designated a marine park, and the snorkeling trips by boat to this are worth trying. But the west coast of the island has some of the best and longest white sandy beaches on the island. These include Truaux Beach, winner of the world's best beach in the 2011 World Travel Awards, and Le Morne Beach, which is shared by a number of five-star resorts including Paradis Hotel and Golf Club, 2012 World Travel Award winner, Mauritius leading golf resort. All beaches in Mauritius are public. Then you have the Flic en Flac, a local fishing village that has expanded to become a popular destination for tourists and expats. Flic en Flac has a very long white sandy beach stretching down the west coast to Tamarin, which is enjoyed by locals and tourists. You can explore coral reefs, multicolored marine life. Mauritius is almost completely encircled by a barrier coral reef, which is home to many sponges, sea anemones. The cathedral, located in this area of the Flic en Flac region, is a popular and well-known scuba dive site in Mauritius. Other dive sites in Mauritius include the Whale Rock and Roche Zozo, that is an underwater rock pinnacle, and the submerged crater near Ile Ronde, and a variety of brightly colored fish, such as damselfish, trumpetfish, boxfish, and clownfish, as well as the orange Mauritian scorpionfish. The best time to go diving is from November to April, with very good underwater visibility. At Tamarin's beach of white sands and crystal clear waters, both novice and expert surfers visit for some of the best waves on the island. The bay also has its own dolphin pod and dramatic views across to the Montagne du Rempart, an extinct volcano. Tamarin is also the heart of salt production in Mauritius. Just south in La Preneuse are the Martello Towers, a milestone in the island's history symbolizing the end of slavery and the beginning of Indian immigration. A winding road leads from Caisse Noyale village to the seven-colored earths of Chamarel, an undulating landscape of different and contrasting shades of colors. The different shades of blue, green, red, and yellow are apparently the result of the erosion of the volcanic ash. The neighboring waterfalls of Chamarel rise from the moors and the native plant life. The site possesses a rare beauty. An adventure park has also been opened at Chamarel. Casella, situated in the Rivière Noire district. The Casella Nature and Leisure Park stretches over 25 hectares, 61,763 acres. It contains more than 140 bird species from 5 continents and is home to many other animals, including giant tortoises, zebras, tigers, and ostriches. Activities include walking with lions, rando fun, zip lines and hanging bridges, quad, buggy and segway, and a petting farm. The Yemen Park is the setting for safari trips where you will have a thrilling ride and will be able to see many beautiful animals such as zebras, ostriches, African antelopes, Java deer, monkeys, ducks, and geese, and will see extraordinary panoramic views of this breathtaking part of the island. You will be able to get close to the herds of deer and admire some splendid species of Mauritian fauna. You can take part of the safari jeep trip, which takes place on the reserve. It hosts 2 of the longest rivers on the island, Rivière Rempart and Tamarin River, and is a haven for all sorts of native and exotic wildlife. The actual size of this natural reserve is of around 4,500 hectares. For mountain climbing activities, you can get a spectacular 3,600 view of Port Louis and the north. Climb Le Pouce, or the Thumb, at 8 to 12 m, 2 to 664 I. It is an easy 2-hour climb from the village of Petit Verger, near Saint-Pierre, and takes another 2 hours to walk into Port Louis. The top of Signal Mountain also offers a spectacular view of Port Louis and the north. You could also tour the Mocha Mountains by quad bike, horse, or 4-wheel drive at the accessible 1,500-hectare, 3,700-acre nature park of Domaine Les Pais. Moving from the coast to the interior, you will find the Ganga Taleo, one of the 2 natural lakes in Mauritius. It rests within the crater of an extinct volcano. Ganga Talao is an important pilgrimage site, and many Mauritians of the Hindu faith walk there during the Maha Shivaratri festival, or the night fasting dedicated to Shiva. Gigantic eels live in the lake and are fed by the pilgrims. A walk to the top of the mount beside the lake is recommended for beautiful views over the area known as Plain Champagne. Le Morne is a peninsula and an eponymous mountain in the southwest of Mauritius, inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The island offers a rich tapestry of history, with the Apravasi Ghat, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, bearing testimony to the indentured labor system of the 19th century. The vibrant street markets of Port Louis, the capital city, teem with aromatic spices, local crafts, and the famous dal puri, a delicious street food staple. Mauritius has few viable mineral resources that are mined, such as basalt and lime. Electricity is largely generated from imported petroleum, with a small percentage derived from hydropower. Sugar plantations often use bagasse, the fiber that remains from sugarcane after sugar-bearing juice is extracted, as fuel to produce electricity. And speaking of cultural experiences, Mauritian cuisine is a fusion of flavors and spices from around the world. Mauritian cuisine is a combination of Indian, Creole, French, and Chinese, with many dishes unique to the island. There is a local variant of Persian faluda, locally known as alauda, which is a cold beverage made with milk, basil seeds, and agar-agar jelly. Locally made French pastry and bread are sold in most localities. Popular hawker meals include a wrap called dal puri, rice-based biryani. Be sure to try the famous street food, like dal puri and gâteau piment, for a true taste of Mauritius. We hope you have been seduced by the natural beauty, rich history of the island nation of Mauritius, and that the magic of this enchanting destination will compel you to visit and explore. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this content, please subscribe and follow us as we journey through Africa to explore and uncover hidden jewels like this.